Okay, before we begin this video, I just want to point out that this is going to be an introduction, or I guess some sort of like introductory statement to a whole bunch of other videos that are going to be coming up, and it's going to be more or less talking about case relations, because I realized as I was planning more Cebuano videos, this video, one of them, or one of the case relation videos I had done, um, needed a lot more explanation, and as I explored that option, uh, more and more things popped up. So eventually, this hole that I dug just got deeper and deeper, and just decided that, you know what, trash this video. I'm going to create a series about case relations, and this is going to be the first video of them, starting with some reviews of certain things. But obviously, since I don't do beginning videos anymore, I am going to start from where you are competent enough to know and understand Cebuano at an intermediate or advanced beginner at the least level. Alright? So this is going to be video 1, just a review of some stuff that you should already know, but it's always good to come back to them once in a while because we do forget things as humans. So, I want to talk to you about ang. This video is going to be over ang and the ang family of markers. Just a really quick recap. But before we begin, I want to talk about these two, or explain these two things. Well, I guess not explain, but just keep a reminder of these two things. That number one, the absolutive case pronouns take the actor focus affixes. So just keep in mind that the absolutive case pronouns take the actor focus affixes. If you ever are going to use actor focus absolutive case pronouns, you need to use the actor focus affixes, and those are the naga, maga, naka, maka, all that kind of stuff, right? Ni, mi, mo, mu, blah, 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 blah. All right. While point number two is all others take everything else. So anything else that's not mentioned, take everything else, okay? But the very first statement is very, very crucial. Anyway, we're going to talk about this word ang. What is ang, okay? The ang family of markers is comprised of 4 different branches, right? We have 4 different parts of the ang family of markers. So the ang family is consistent of, or consists of 4 things. Number 1 is si. Number 2 is ang, obviously. 3, we have the absolutive case pronouns. And 4, we have the absolutive case demonstrative pronouns. Alright, those all are a part of the ang family of markers. Now, what does this mean? What does this mean? So anytime you have ang, right, that's written, it is going to be a particle that marks a focus, right? And what is a focus, right? What is a focus? A focus is what we like to call the general topic, or the general subject, or the general idea of a conversation, or just some sort of general idea that you want to express. Okay, so the general idea, the main topic, the general, I guess like the main thing, the main focus, right? I didn't want to use that word, but it is our focus of the entire sentence, the main idea, okay? And that's what a focus means, okay? Because there's also a non-focus, which we will talk about in another video. This video is just only on ang, okay? But a part of this video reminder, again, is the case relations. Just keep in mind the case relations and how these cases can move around, as well as the ergativity that happens among them. All right, so with ang as our marker word, so to speak, right, we can put words after these markers, or marker words, or whatever they are, right? So si obviously will, si can take whatever it takes, ang takes whatever, right? And all these just they take whatever. But as soon as we start putting words or whatever after them, right? Whatever that word is gets marked by it, okay? It's now getting marked by whatever the heck we wanted it to be, okay? Whatever we were talking about. That word gets marked, that noun or person or whatever, right? It gets marked now into an ang focus. That's the function of ang, the ang family of markers. It marks whatever we want it to be the focus. It tells the speaker, or it tells the listeners, and it tells whoever, right, is whoever is listening to the speaker, or it lets the speaker know, I guess. It lets you want to identify what is most important, right, by having one of these ang focal markers to the word. And that lets us know, like, for example, if you talk to me with ang blah 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 blah, it's gonna let me know, okay, so you're talking about that whatever thing, okay, or that idea, or that concept, or that verb. And that's pretty much what ang does. Like, it just marks whatever, right? Now, in a sentence though, ang can go anywhere. So it can, if we have a sentence, ang can be placed in the middle, it can be placed in the end, it can be placed in the beginning, sorry, and the middle. It can be placed anywhere. As long as this ang is marking whatever we wanted, right? Ang whatever, right? Ang whatever, ang whatever. As long as this ang stays with what we are marking, okay, and remember, it can be any of these, right? Well, actually, these two are a different case, but whenever we have ang or si marking, okay, whatever word we have, that they can go anywhere. As long as it's marking, they can go anywhere as long as it marks it in any of the sentences. That's one thing that is very flexible about Cebuano grammar, is because we have cases that mark things. And these cases, if you speak another language that uses cases such as Latin or German or Russian, right? If you have languages like that, like even Icelandic, if you use cases like that, you can move things around, and Cebuano works the same way. But that's pretty much what I want to talk to you about the ang family of markers, right? With these last two, because you already know si and ang with what they are, right? With these last two, I just want to briefly review, and then we're going to be done with this video. So with the absolutive case pronouns, that is your pronouns. Remember, the ako, ikaw, siya, etc. It's those kinds of pronouns, or whatever pronouns that people like to call them. A lot of them like to call them subject pronouns, which is misleading, but you know, to each his own, right? They're absolutive case pronouns, and that's how they are referred to, right? And it's the same with the absolutive case demonstrative pronouns. Kani, kana, you know, kadto, that kind of stuff. So if you have forgot them, please review them, because we will be using them for the next few videos that we're going to have.